modified track, and you kind of see the transition from these cars to modifieds, which became the 3-window, 5-window coupes of the day. Now, this man here, Marty Hardy, is a very influential person in my dad's racing career. Marty was stationed in Italy during the war, and he ended up bringing the Formula One geometry, front end geometry. He had measured all the cars and wrote it all down and brought it home and started being a car builder here in New England as well. He was more New Hampshire based, and he built cars for people like Ernie Gahan as well. Ernie Gahan is another person that my dad has also worked on cars from back in the day. So his racing career at this point was New England and starting to go into Albany, New York, which was west of Massachusetts. So he's starting to branch out a little bit more, 100 miles or so. 1971 is this picture. This picture here is when my father went to race modifieds, and this was taken at Trenton, I do believe. Trenton was a former horse racing track, coliseum, so to speak, of the day, and this awning is very, very significant as far as saying that's Trenton. In my mind, anyway. I could be wrong. I'll check with Dad. But I believe that was when Ronnie drove for Dick Armstrong at Trenton. Now, to get to that point, to get from Westboro, Brookline closed, my dad started building cars for Ronnie Bouchard's dad, the Red and White Movers car, and he raced with them for 4 years. In between, though, we went to Florida. I believe we took this little coupe and went to Florida. I remember it on a trailer. And we raced down there because racing season had ended up here. Now, when Brookline Speedway closed, I asked my dad if he ever drove. I didn't think my mom really liked him driving, but he drove at Whalum Ice Racing. And this is the coolest little video. If it's got music and stuff. If it's too loud, I apologize, but I don't think it's going to be. I hope I got my things right. But my dad said he took a car from the woods. Like, we had that used car lot there from his other uncle, so he had all these little old cars available that people traded in or whatever. And he took a car that looked like a skunk, and he raced ice racing here at Whalum Lake. It might be this car right here. I'm going to ask Dad. It might be these cars here. But there was 3 black and white cars. And I know they didn't race that long. It seemed to me the following year, maybe the wrecker truck fell through the ice or something. I remember these doors opening, okay? I was probably, if this was ice racing in 1966, maybe 65, no, 64 maybe. 64, because we went to West Palm Beach in 65. In 1964, I would have been 3 years old, so I would be old enough to remember standing back on the far side of the lake that they're aiming at right now. And I saw those car doors open. I remember that vaguely. I also had a good friend that I went to high school with, or elementary and high school, that grew up in these hills. I think her house is like right there. So anyway, this is Lunenburg, Massachusetts, and they did not continue ice racing. The ice doesn't get thick enough anymore. But that's fun stuff right there. Alright, we're going to jump to this and check it out. There's a skunk car. There's a sort of a skunk car. I think I would love to know which one was Dad's. New Englanders know how to have fun on ice, that's for sure. And this just proves you're willing to do anything to go fast. So, race it fast. He did drag racing, he did ice racing, and then he got into this oval track racing. I seen another car right there that looked like Dad's too. But I asked him how he did, and he said he won. So I'll have to show Dad this footage. I sent it to him, but he's got so much he watches, he might not have got to see it. We'll check it out. Let me back up.